Hey, what's up guys, it's oNightPineberries here with a Dungeon Defenders 2 Beginner's Guide. Because Dungeon Defenders 2 is going to be free to play starting October 13th, 2015, and I have been requested to make a Beginner's Guide. So, this Beginner's Guide is in no particular order. Also, this is a game, so play it how you want to play it. This guide is particularly only for those who have no idea what they're doing and want some sort of guidance. So I'll be putting in the description below timestamps and what I described, so you can just click and go where you need to go, and if you didn't know something you can look at it, and if you knew something you just skip ahead and so on and so forth, or you can just watch the entire thing. That's super dope. Anyways, let's begin. So first off, welcome to Dungeon Defenders 2. You're probably going to be introduced to this screen and you have no idea what to pick. If you guys are veterans with Dungeon Defenders 1, you'll know to pick a defense tower hero, and obviously, we only have two, the Apprentice and the Squire. It's not entirely obvious, is it? If you are brand new to the game and you have no idea what to pick, I highly recommend you pick the Apprentice. The Apprentice is what I call easy mode because we get a very powerful and very destructive tower early game and we still use it to the late game. That tower is called the Flame Burst Tower. The Flame Burst Tower is really good because it does a burst AoE damage. AoE means area of effect, meaning whatever the flame ball hits, it will explode and everything in that radius of the explosion will take damage. The Squire, on the other hand, starts off with the Cannonball Tower, which is a single target DPS tower, and doesn't get any AoE damage until he gets the Ballista. The Ballista is a piercing type tower. A quick demonstration, the Flame Burst Tower, when placed, will shoot a fireball that does AoE burst damage. This means that wherever the flame ball hits, it will explode and do damage anywhere around it. In this case, it is hitting 3 target dummies. Now for the Cannonball Tower. The Cannonball Tower, like I said, does a single target DPS. This means whatever it shoots, it explodes and does damage to that single target only, making it very difficult for you early on. Now at level 12, the Squire obtains the Ballista, the mighty Ballista. You guys may know this as the Harpoon in Dungeon Defenders 1. The Ballista is very slow, but it does a very powerful piercing type damage. As you can see, it's hitting up to 4, it can probably even hit 5. However, the Ballista falls short where the first target it hits does the most damage, and the last target it hits does the least amount of damage. So this is why I consider the Squire to be the hard mode of Dungeon Defenders 2 if you're going to play Squire. It requires much more strategy and practice to master the Squire's towers. However, in the end, it is extremely rewarding and much more fun. Another tip is when you get the chance, I highly recommend you pick up CC/DPS Hero. CC stands for crowd control and DPS stands for damage per second. For you guys who play Dungeon Defenders 1, you know what this means, but if you didn't, CC, crowd control, also means stuns, slows, knockups, knockbacks, taunts, and etc, etc. All of these characters have the power to use CC. The Apprentice has a Tornado, which is a knockup. The Squire has Provoke, which is a taunt, and Seismic Slam, an AoE stun. The Huntress has Concussive Shots, which is a stun, and Oil Flask, which is a slow. And finally, the Monk has Pulse Smash, which is a knockup, and Chi Blast, which is a knockback. However, amongst the four, I highly recommend you pick up a Huntress. The Huntress has a stun, a slow, and with that slow, she can combo it with her final ability, which is called Piercing Shot. So, I unequipped all of my skins by accident, so we're gonna go straight to the Seamstress segue. So the Seamstress is your cosmetics NPC of the game. Each of the heroes have their own set of cosmetic accessories. The basic, the Squire, the Apprentice, and the Huntress, and the Monk all have their own unique set of accessories. You can mix and match however you want, make your character very unique, different to everyone else, and make it just overall super badass and have a lot of fun with it. However, each character has their own select unique costumes. These costumes you are unable to mix and match with other different costumes. So it's whatever's in these slots you can mix with, and that's about it. Some characters do have more than one, so they can mix and match however you want, but typically you'll only have 4. If you notice, some of these accessories are purple. That means these are mythical accessories. Mythical accessories have the ability to evolve over time. How they evolve is as you grind in the game and you gain more experience, your items also gain experience. So once they reach a cap of experience, you're able to purchase an upgrade. For mythical accessories, you can also mix and match your gear. Alright, so I'll flip back and I'll show you what all my characters look with the skins on. Okay, so now we have the Valhalla Knight for my Squire. We have Eins, which also, keep in mind, there is a slight little error where you have to constantly re-equip your accessories, so just keep that in mind if you're missing it out. We have my awesome Steampunctress Huntress, which, again, have to re-equip. There we go. And we have Ushio, my monk, my Tigor monk. Again, super badass. Oh, here's an example where I can purchase. Primal Armor, 25k. Hit. Let's do it. Upgrade to the max. Like I said, some unique skins also have some extra accessories so you can mix and match however you want, but I think this is cooler than the weird mask. As I previously mentioned with skins, anything regarding gems will be either cosmetic or use of ease. With the skin upgrade, the Huntress has now really cool rocket boots, but that's about it. We can't fly like the Series EV in Dungeon Defenders 1, and it's just visual cool beans. Some characters also have some unique entrances, like the Valhalla Knight flies down with rainbows. The Steampunctress comes down hovering, and I think that's about it. Yeah, the apprentice comes down with embers flying around him. When I was talking about use of ease, the gems can also be used to purchase more slots in your bags. As you notice, I have a lot of bag slots because I purchased a lot. I don't think I'm at the max yet, but there is a max limit of how many bags you can purchase. There will also be one pet bag by default that can hold up to 40 pets, and as you can see, I have a lot of pets as well. You might be noticing why I have a bunch of A's next to some of my bags. If there's an A next to your bag, that means it's auto-collect. Auto-collect is, if you guys remember Dungeon Defenders 1, at the end of each wave, all the items automatically collected or automatically sold. In Dungeon Defenders 2, it's kind of different. Dungeon Defenders 2, at the end of each wave, all your items on the floor will stay on the floor. Until you complete the entire map, all of the items that are on the floor will go into your item bags that have the auto collection feature enabled. Keep in mind, if your bags are all maxed out, anything that's not collected by the auto loot will be thrown away in the trash and you will not get any currency for it, so be very wary of that. Bags that do not have the auto loot symbol on it will not have their items sorted into the bag at the end of the map. So this allows you to organize specific bags for specific things, such as equipment, legendaries, and this is my pet bag. All your item bags have something called Customize. If you click Customize, you're able to sort it by rarity, type, or hero. If you set it to none, all the items will just fill in the bags by values of best to worst. If you set it by rarity, all the items will be sorted by their type. So it would be legendaries, mythical, unique, epic, and common, I believe. So it's orange, purple, blue, green, white. If you set it by type, items will be sorted by what it is, like weapons, chest pieces, head pieces, legs, gloves, relics, etc, etc. I've actually not tried heroes, I don't know what it does, but I'm assuming it'll move all your hero stats up and tower stats down? Question mark? If you purchase a premium bag, not a standard bag, but a premium bag, it also allows you to pick an icon and rename it. So most of my bags are all premium bags, so I'm able to choose a bag icon, which they will add more in the future. And where's the blue one? There we go. And you can rename it. I've obviously named all of my auto-collect to just loot, because standard, here you hit check, and you are good to go. So you just hit customize, and we're back. Because we're in the inventory screen, I might as well go over everything. This is your weapon slots. This will be your head slot, your chest slot, your leg slot, your glove slot, your relic slot, your pet slot, and very crucial information in Dungeon Defenders 2 is your item power number. This is iPWR, also known as item power. Your item power is determined by all the numbers that I do not understand, but I think it's a mean. It's rounded up by all your items put together. As you can see underneath the icon, it says item power 209, item power 232, etc, etc. And I think that is all somehow computed and calculated to make us just like a rounded number of 216, and that determines how strong you are and what you can do or where you can go in a certain map. Item powers I'll go into a little bit more detail when we go into the map, but for now, we'll move on. From here, we also have our Wyvern tokens, our gold, and our gems. The gem is our premium currency, which is only obtained through purchasing with real money. Gold is obtained by playing the game, killing monsters, getting chests, etc, etc. And Wyvern tokens are obtained by completing daily/monthly missions. To check out your daily and monthly missions, you can click here, or you can hit J on your keyboard, and it'll bring you to this screen. I've currently completed all the quests in the game because I've reached the level 50, but this will be here, and it will guide you through the game, giving you little set goals and achievements for you to obtain while you're playing the game through the first time. Here are your daily missions. Your daily missions are just random missions you get every day, and you can have up to 3 daily missions stacked up at once. Meaning if you don't play as frequently and you don't have the time, Trendy doesn't punish you for that, and they allow you to stack up to 3 daily missions and you can complete all 3. Daily missions, like I said, give you Wyvern tokens, and Wyvern tokens, you have a chance between an X amount, and for this one it's 5 to 10, this one is 1 to 3, this one's 3 to 6. So you can get an X amount of Wyvern tokens, so it's not that hard to get Wyvern tokens anymore. Every day you also have a chance to re-roll your daily missions. So for in this case, this particular incursion or this daily mission is very difficult. So you'll usually have an ability to re-roll it, and you click and you'll be able to choose a different set of 3 of daily missions. They can be easy, they can be hard, it's all random, but you can swap it with something else if it's too hard for you. However, you only can swap 1 daily mission at a time. Now we have a monthly mission. The monthly mission is pretty much you are tasked to complete 3 difficult, very difficult challenges, and you are rewarded with something super epic. In this case, we are rewarded with 40 Wyvern tokens and a unique pet egg. This month's unique pet egg is the Bear Kira. Don't quote me, I'm pretty sure, but I'm pretty sure the pet egg and the monthly missions are going to be 99% or 100% legendary. I don't know, I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm gonna definitely get this one to, you know, unique tests and stuff. But yeah, these set challenges cannot be re-rolled, and you must complete all 3 to obtain the unique pet. This month you have to kill 75 unique Skeletron enemies. These Skeletron enemies are also called Plaguing Hulks if you've played the game. We have to collect 75 legendary items. I've already almost completed it because it's really easy to get legendaries at the moment. And you have to win 25 incursions. We now have the hero deck. The hero deck, you'll be given 1 character slot initially, and as you level up, you'll have access to all 4. Your hero deck allows you to bring characters into the game. Previously, you're only allowed to bring 3, now we're allowed to bring 4. Unlike in Dungeon Defenders 1, where we could bring up to 16, I believe, and swap through each of those, we are only able to bring 4, so the strategy is much more important in this game versus Dungeon Defenders 1. So choose your heroes wisely. You can also buy more hero slots, but you cannot buy more deck slots. For each character you get to max level, you'll get a 35% EXP boost. So we have 3, so now it's 105% increased EXP, so it's really valuable to actually grind your characters up to 50. This brings me to another topic. When you play the game initially, be sure to train up 1 character to 50 and not try to balance it out and get all your characters to 50 at the same time. It's actually more beneficial if you get 1 character to 50, then you grind a 2nd character to 50, and then you grind your 3rd, and then your 4th, so on. This decreases the grind significantly and it makes your life so much easier. We have the collections tab. This is just achievements and like a little bonus for all you completionists out there. This is something for you guys. I'm not really a completionist, so I don't think I'll be getting everything, but it is something fun to do. If you've pretty much done everything in the game, this is essentially the next thing you do. Now here's the bread and butter of the game, the new feature, which is the skill spheres. In the sphere sheet, we have the ability to customize the characters even further. Now in Dungeon Defenders 2, I believe it was the 7.0 patch, the Ascension patch, we are able to increase our own, we're able to pick our own stats where we want to. I highly recommend you max out your tower range first, which is right here. This is the first thing you should max, and then you can max out whatever you want. Dungeon Defenders 1 style, do whatever you want, but I highly recommend you get tower range to max first. It will make your life so much easier. Back to skill spheres. These give you a variety of bonuses, boosts, and it also show you what you have boost here. Really nice in text form. But this all again depends on what build you're doing and how you want to play your character. For this character, I'm pretty much a poison dart tower-esque character. I don't know how to. I'm doing the poison dart tower build, so I have a variety of skill spheres that make no sense to you, but doesn't make sense to me either. But it works for my situation. Again, this is more advanced stuff, but you don't have to worry too much about skill spheres super early on, but it is something you should know. The GranMasta here, she sells skill spheres, and I'm about to get all parental about this, but I'm gonna be really, it's gonna sound weird, but as in life, money is very difficult to get. Just as in Dungeon Defenders 2, gold is very hard to get. So be very conservative and spend your gold very wisely. There's a whole bunch of new spheres, and currently all the spheres are extremely expensive. They're very hard to get. Makes it extremely rewarding once you get them, but I'm just going to do a quick rundown of all the spheres, what to buy and what not to buy. I'm currently on the Huntress, but this should apply to all your characters. I highly recommend you getting the Defense Power Sphere 5, a Defense Attacks Rate Sphere 5, and Defense Health Sphere 5. These are the standard. It increases your damage, attack speed, and tower health. That is standard 3-8. You can never go wrong with those, and you only can buy 1 of each. From there, if you want to get really tower specific or build specific rather, you can buy your specific tower range. Let me click this. You can see, as you can see, there's tower range, all sorts of tower range for all sorts of characters. So if you want to get really into your build, then that's an option as well. However, I like to play it safe and just go straight damage, range, or damage, attack speed, and HP. For a medium slot, I only recommend you buying 1 experience bonus sphere 1 and 2 experience bonus sphere 2. Did I say that right? Why? Because when you initially get your first medium slot, which is at level 10, this will increase your hero EXP gain by 10%. By the time you hit to level 20, you'll be able to get a new hero experience bonus sphere, which is a 20% boost, which is 2 times the first one. And by the time you hit level 30, it won't be useful to use the 10% anymore, because we can buy 2 of these. That gives us a 40% EXP bonus at level 30. So it's not entirely worth your money to buy 2 experience bonus sphere 1s. So just buy 1 experience bonus sphere 1 and buy 2 experience bonus spheres 2. Holy crap, mouthful. This applies to all of your characters, but I highly recommend you buy all of your defense range sphere 2s on all your characters. Don't bother buying the first one, just get the second one. Same reason as above. It's no point. By the time you hit level 30, you should be equipping the strongest ones you can get anyways. So defense range 2, very, very costly, but it's extremely worth it. It increases your defenses range by X amount, but it's pretty noticeable and it's pretty nice to have. Again, this applies to all of your characters. We have Squire, Monk, Huntress, and the Apprentice. I missed the Apprentice. Oh, there he is. Next, we have the large sphere slots. These spheres are extremely expensive, 125k each. This is very costly. It takes me several hours of grinding to get 125k gold. So that's a lot of maps, guys. That's a lot of time to get these. So that's why I say spend your gold very wisely. Don't buy everything willy-nilly. Large sphere slots. These are heavily based on what your current build is. So if you're doing a special Blaze Balloons build, or like the Poison Dart Tower build, or if you're doing the Huntress Geyser Trap and the the Lightning Aura Monk combo, yeah, it's very technical, but it'll be easier as you start playing it. You'll understand all the combos and what build you like the most. But again, this is all heavily based on your build, so please research or ask questions on what the best build is out there and what is really good to use. If you're an apprentice, I highly recommend you just get the extra flame damage. This increases your flame burst tower damage, or it gives you 25% chance to increase your damage by 40%. Really standard, really nice, but again, you know, focus on what build you like the most, and that's where you should put all your money in. Finally, we have Uber slots. We only have 2 able to purchase here, but we have the Shielding Guard and the Explosive Guard. We're able to get 1 for free if you complete all the missions through the campaign. I picked the Explosive Guard because why not, but Shielding Guard is also okay. Now, this is where your Wyvern tokens come into play. If you come to the Treasure Pirate, she sells you all the things you need that regards Wyvern tokens. This is also where you can buy all the cool Uber spheres. Again, these Uber spheres are pretty costly. They'll take a few days of grind because Wyvern tokens are only obtainable by daily missions. So it's a few days of grind, or you can complete the monthly mission and you'll definitely be able to get one for sure. But we have the Huntress, the Elemental Chaos Uber. We have the Apprentice Flamethrower Tower Uber. We have the Squire Heavy Cannonball Uber, and we have the Monk Lightning Strikes Uber Spear. So these heavily change your towers to a way that you've never used them before. So your Lightning Strikes Uber, instead of doing an area of effect damage, it does a huge amount of damage to a single target. Your Cannonball Tower is Cannonball Tower. It turns into previously like Dungeon Defenders 1, it just vomits out cannonballs. The only issue with this is it doesn't hit any air units anymore, so that's why this is not a very favorable Uber Sphere to get. Flamethrower Uber is it's 50-50. What it does is it turns your Flame Burst Tower into a Flamethrower Tower, and it just vomits out fire constantly. Also, when this happens, monsters are less likely to target the Flamethrower Tower, so it's also good in that aspect, but I've never actually used it, so it's I'm not sure how it works entirely. We also have the Elemental Chaos Uber, which is currently the most popular of all the Ubers. Is currently the most popular. What it does, it changes your explosive trap to do magical damage, and it switches between let's see, Earth, Fire, and Storm, and Frost. But if the Elemental Chaos Uber triggers twice, it adds an extra effect, which it pretty much describes. Frost freezes the target, Earth oils up the target, Fire adds a flaming dot, and Storm deals 150% extra damage. So it's, as you can see, it's really useful in a lot of the builds today. We also have the hero Ubers, the hero DPS Uber spheres. I have not seen anyone use any of these, so I can't really put my input yet, but this is if you want to, if you're playing with friends and you're for sure you're not going to be building anything, then I highly recommend you grabbing one of these, because they do, from the text base, they look like they do a huge punch and a hell of a lot of damage. Finally, the Betsy Dragon Egg. This is 160 Wyvern tokens. No, 180 Wyvern tokens. So this is the most expensive item in this list right now, but it gives you pretty much a baby Betsy, which is the current boss in the game. And I've heard it's overpowered to heck, but I'm not entirely sure if it's worth it to get a pet, because pets are so like, how do I say this? It's just like it's a 50-50. You get a good pet or you get a bad pet. And if you're going to do rerolls, again, that's another thing about gold. It costs so much money, and etc, etc. Last but not least, we have Lockbox Master Keys. Lockbox Master Keys are what you can get new accessories or special accessories without purchasing. Those accessories are only limited to the original, the Squire, Apprentice, Monk, and Huntress accessories that I showed you earlier, not the unique costumes. It is a way to get those accessories, but at a cost of Wyvern tokens. So pretty much allowing you to customize your heroes without having the need to use real money. Now for weapons, I'm going to be going over this extremely briefly, but as you can see, my bow no longer shoots one arrow. If you saw my previous videos, it shoots a multiple set of arrows, which is a new feature in the Ascension patch. Essentially this allows your characters to have more diversity in your DPS. So it's pretty cool. This Apprentice only has the basic one, but from what I've seen, the Apprentice and Huntress have the same range types, and then the Monk and Squire have also the similar range attacks. So this one is, I believe, the heavy style, and I'll switch over to do I have weapons? Ooh, I do, fantastic. This is the medium style attack animation. It's pretty dope, pretty dope. And finally we have, I believe I have a light. Do I have a light? Oh, I don't have a light. Oh, unfortunate. Unfortunate. But there's also a third one, which is light, and it's a really cool attack animation. However, as you can tell, light does the least amount of damage, attacks super quick. Medium it's in the middle. It's not that fast, but it does average amount of damage. And we have heavy, which is the slowest, but it does the most damage, so it gives you variety of what you choose. The Squire also has the same. I don't have any weapons to show you, unfortunately, but it's really cool. As you can see, when the Squire does the shield bash, it hits a multitude of enemies, and it's pretty fantastic. Gives a lot of new animations, and you saw there I just did the electro slide, but again, this is still an alpha, so they're still, cleaning stuff up. And the last two NPCs is the Enchantress. I'll go over her really quickly. Like in Dungeon Defenders 1, you can upgrade your items, but in Dungeon Defenders 2, it's a little bit different. You place the item you want to upgrade in the center, and then you place 5 subsequent items into these slots. Is that all? That's all the items I have, unfortunately. But what it does is you're able to increase the stats of said item. I highly recommend you avoid doing this until you're at the absolute late game, because you don't want to waste too much money, too many items, and it's not entirely worth, because at my current stage, I'm constantly switching up my gear. I'm getting better and better loot every time, so it's not entirely worth upgrading your loot at the moment. But there's a really cool animation effect. I'll just show you for shits and gigs. Can I do it? Are these items useful? Yes, they are. Okay, I won't do it then. But yeah, so it's just a quick upgrade, quick tutorial on the upgrade. It's not really useful at the moment until you're at the very late game to like boost your stats to the next level. But yeah, don't worry about it until your end game. And last but not least, this is the pets. If you're wondering when you can get pets, is you have to complete the entire campaign, beat Betsy, and then you can get pets. That's when pet eggs will stop dropping and all the pet items and stuff. But essentially, you're only able to hatch one pet at a time at the moment. Trendy does believe they will change this in the future, and each pet will take up to 6 or 8 hours to hatch. Now, all pets have rot times. As you can see, the timer's ticking, but this is actually really important because we have so many eggs here. It's better actually to sometimes let your eggs rot. It's a new feature that Trendy brought into the game where once your pet eggs rot, they turn into Shellium shards. So the Shellium shards are used with other pet items that you get through pet boxes in the game to evolve your pets to the next level. Essentially increases their damage and gives them a unique power slot. That unique pet slot is here, the pet ability. You're able to access it. Whoops, I didn't equip it. You're able to hit a button which is X by default, and it shoots a huge damaging boost power of doom, but it's not really that crazy. But anyways, what happens was you get a special ability with your pet, so it adds a little bit increased DPS to your character, which is always cool. So back to pets, we have 3 different types of pet eggs right now. We have the dragon egg, the creeper egg, and the gato egg. I'll go over the gato egg first because it's my favorite. Gato means cat in Spanish, if you didn't know. But yeah, each pet has a variety of different things it can hatch into. Currently my favorite is the kitty general because it's freaking fantastic. Why not? Creeper eggs, again, a variety of very creepy stuff it turns into. And it's pretty interesting. Also, keep that in mind, the creeper eggs are the only eggs of the trio that doesn't have any legendary pets. So if you're looking for a legendary pet, avoid creeper eggs. Finally, we have the dragon eggs, which is pretty much very Asian themed or like weird themed, or I don't know. But essentially, that's all 3 eggs have their own variety. They don't evolve into like these. They evolve, well, they do evolve in Serpentine, Serpentier, Serpentron. They all can evolve, but that's another topic for another time. But another cool feature that the dragon egg doesn't have, but the creeper egg and the gato egg have, is transforming your egg. This, as you see, there's a giant gem symbol here, but it's premium currency only. Pretty much it evolves your pet into one of these, so you can specifically choose what you want. So you can choose the Table Flipper, Evil Wick, and the Headless Horseman. And what these eggs are, these premium eggs are, is just pretty much unique skins. It's the same thing as your hero skins. They're just purely cosmetic, and they give you a purely cosmetic new ability thing. It's just a skin. It's no increased damage like it says here. This egg will re-roll the same stats and ability as equivalent non-premium eggs. The only difference will be the visuals. So it's nothing that crazy. And I mentioned that the creeper eggs don't have any legendaries. Well, that's a lie if you include the premium eggs. The premium eggs, you can also get legendary types through here. And like I was talking about the leveling up and evolving them, they have a hatchling, veteran, and elder. They all have 2 evolutions like Pokemon. So this game is all catch 'em all. And now for the cat eggs, we have Kakarot and Shinobi Kitty. I have a huge problem saying this sometimes because I can't get past cat, so I just say Kakarot, but it's pretty much Goku, if you didn't know. And then we have a Shinobi cat. Again, unique skins, unique ability skins. It's really cute. It's really adorable. This is all great ways to support the devs, so if you really like these skins, I definitely highly recommend it. But yeah, these eggs all take 8 hours to hatch, so all of these eggs are going to turn into Shellium shards. It's not bad because we do need Shellium shards, but it's very disappointing to see babies die. And here's a quick pro tip. I don't know if they're going to change it, but if you are tight on cash, you do need money. One of the best ways to make money right now is selling your dragon or your pet eggs. Currently, they yield much more gold than anything else in the game. I can sell this all of these bags. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7 bags. 7 bags filled with items. They could be all legendaries, and I'll only get 9k max, gold. But as you can see, I'm selling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 eggs, and I already have 2.7k gold. So if you need gold, a good option is to sell your pet eggs.